I want to tell you about my grandmother, Sweet Carrie Watkins. Yeah, that was her name, Sweet Carrie Watkins. She was a gentle soul. She was with me for most of my youth, and I was around her a lot. And she was, like I said, gentle. She was quiet, unassuming. I never saw her raise her voice. I never saw her lose her temper. I never saw her worry or fret. She was just there and and there. Yeah. Uh, we lived in Bankston for a little while, and we were at their house quite a bit. And in the wintertime, if I came over to their house, she would always throw a sweet potato under the ash in the fireplace, and that was my treat. And in the summertime, or other than the cold winter time, she would give me this big long spoon and send me out to harvest the guinea eggs. They raised guineas, my grandfather and grandmother. They had a flock of guineas and chickens too, of various breeds. But there was several brush piles up behind the house in the potato garden, and these guineas would nest out there. And she told me that if I put my hand in the nest, they would never come back. But if I used that spoon to harvest them, they would be good. And she would fry them as long as I would eat them. If I eat a dozen eggs, she'd fry them, you know. And they lived in East Tavoga for a little while after they moved away from the farm. And there was a little brook there that I offered to spend time in, catching these little sunflower brim, butterbean brim, I called them. And they wasn't hardly bigger than a silver dollar, but I'd take my catch to her house, and every one I'd catch, she'd fix it for me, fry it. She even fixed a bluebird for me, not a bluebird, but a blue jay for me one time. And I think that's about the best bird I ever ate. Again, there at Bankston, we used to go to their house quite a bit. And I was a little toddler when one day I was at spring and I discovered this frog. I mean, a big old bullfrog lived there. I mean, he was the master of spring. I went and told my grandmother about it, and she said, "Well, go try to catch him. We'll have you for dinner." I did. And a little while later, I come back and I told her the bad news that I hadn't actually caught that frog, that he was too fast for me. So she told me to hold up my hand. She put a little pinch of salt in my hand. She said, "You sprinkle that on that frog's back, and I guarantee you, if you can do that, you can catch him." Well, that was all I needed to know. Then I tore out down to the spring with that little pinch of salt, and I stood there for the longest trying to get a good aim at that frog, and finally I did and missed. Well, after a while I went back to the house and told her the bad news. Well, she gave me another pinch of salt. So I went down there, and you know, that was a little trick of hers. She used that to keep me out of her way all day long while I was chasing that frog with a pinch of salt. That's just the kind of thing she was. She didn't seem like a real wise woman, but evidently she was, and quiet and unassuming. I said she would work all day fixing a meal, and while everybody else sitting at the table to eat, she would just dip her plate and quietly go off into another room. And I never seen her sit at the table. And like I said, I never saw her angry, never saw her upset. She was just mild and easygoing, and I mean the kind of grandmother everybody would want. I mean, why not? That was that was it.